In this video, I want to look at what I consider the most underrated year of LEGO Star Wars sets, and why I think these sets are good while the majority of the community overlooks and disregards it. I compiled a list of some of the best sets from 2018, and today I will discuss how these are standout LEGO Star Wars sets that makes 2018 a fairly good year for the theme. The first set I want to talk about is Anakin's Jedi Starfighter. This is a remake of this iconic Clone Wars starfighter, the first version seen 10 years before this one, with the rise of Clone Wars sets. This updated set was much better however, and had what I consider a really good build for the Jedi Starfighter, especially for 2018. Of course, the set is not perfect, but back in 2018, the Clone Wars sets were quite rare to see, and I think anything based on this show was really exciting to get in modern years, and it was almost a day one purchase for me. The updated Anakin Skywalker minifigure with Clone Wars armor was so cool to me, regardless of it being in the darker color scheme when it should have used the blues and light browns. A third minifigure here would have been nice though, but regardless, I think this was a standout set of the year. Another smaller set I want to look at is Han Solo's Landspeeder, based on the brand new Solo movie released at the time. Now, of course, 2018 was mostly filled with Solo based sets, and this is something many weren't too excited about. However, I think this whole wave of sets is quite underrated, and I have a whole video dedicated to why I think this is a really good wave of sets. Now, looking at the Landspeeder itself, I think it is definitely a standout set this year, as it is quite different to the several other Landspeeder type sets we have seen before, and brings something new to the table, and in such a good way. The blue and white color scheme looked really nice, and we saw some exclusive minifigures in this set as well, being Han Solo and Kira from the start of the movie. Despite being 7 years old at this point, you can still get this set at around retail price on the aftermarket today. Also from the Solo movie, I want to talk about the TIE Fighter that released this year. This is widely considered one of the best playscale TIE Fighters ever made, and the last time we ever saw this ship at this scale, as in 2021 the smaller wing sizes was introduced and the new norm for playscale TIE Fighters. This Solo set was perfect though, with an excellent build, accurate size and a good set of minifigures. The standout characters were Han Solo in his Imperial uniform, as well as Beckett in his disguise, one of the most unique Imperial officer uniforms seen to date. Then we also saw the Mimban Trooper, which was a really good Stormtrooper variant that is completely exclusive to this set. For $70, this was a near perfect set in 2018, and I wish we could see TIE Fighters similar to this today. In the same year, we saw a brand new X-Wing Starfighter, the perfect counterpart to a set like the TIE Fighter. This is once again widely considered as one of the best X-Wing playsets ever made, with a good modern design, excellent size, and some interesting new minifigures. Talking about those first, the minifigures are to me the only issue in this set, as I do not like the new oversized helmets that were used here. Fortunately, many people must have disliked this, as it was never used again for future Rebel pilots. The X-Wing itself was a massive upgrade from the previous Rebel X-Wing from 2012, and many consider it as a better set than the downsized 2021 set also, although I still really like the 2021 version. Regardless, I like this X-Wing, and I think it is definitely a set carrying 2018 very high above some other years. Now, a personal favorite of mine is the Hoth Medical Chamber, and this is a set that I loved when I was younger. Today, it might not be as appealing to some, but I think it is one of the most underrated sets ever made, and to this day I think it is perfect. We also had some good minifigures here, such as Princess Leia and the 2-1B medical droid, and then this brand new and exclusive Bacta tank Luke Skywalker, which is quite a strange minifigure, but depicts this version of Luke quite well. Now, another underrated and forgotten set is the Sand Speeder released this year, and it was quite interesting to me. It was a recolor of the normal Snow Speeder and was quite strange to some as it wasn't something ever seen on screen, falling under Star Wars Legends. However, I really like this one. The Sand Speeder looks great with the different tan colors being used. The side build is fairly interesting and is perfect for any Tatooine display or creation. And then the two minifigures included are really nice, and some of my favorite Rebel pilots ever made, that of course were never used anywhere else. For $30, this set was well priced, and a good set at this size, and I really regret never buying it back in the day. Then also seen on Tatooine is the Imperial landing craft. This was the last time we have seen this ship depicted in LEGO Star Wars, and in my opinion a really good depiction of it. To this day, it is one of my favorite Imperial sets ever made, with a great build at this size and a handful of really good minifigures, although another Imperial officer and Sand Trooper would have been really nice to see. The build itself is exactly what you would hope to see from a set like this, and I cannot imagine LEGO would do much better if they remade this set today. Although at this point, I think it is a set they definitely should remake very soon. Now, to me, the best set of this set wave easily goes to the Master Builder series Betrayal at Cloud City. This was a set that had a very mixed initial reaction, but from the day it was released I thought it was amazing, and today many people look back at it with awe as one of the better large-scale sets like this. At $350, you got this massive open-top large playset essentially, with several different rooms and compartments depicting the several scenes from the movie. Additionally, we saw 20 minifigures in the set, all perfect for the different scenes being depicted, and these included a modern Cloud City Lando Calrissian, Boba Fett with printed arms, which wasn't the norm back then, as well as Han Solo with dual molded legs and side leg printing. We also saw some side builds here, such as the twin cloud car and the Boba Fett Slave 1, both really nice for this set. Of course, I cannot just look at the good. There were several rather poor sets this year, such as the First Order AT-ST, which is disliked by the majority of the community, and then 3 of the most boring or rather bad battle packs ever made. The Clone Trooper one had potential, but we rather saw 2 Jedi minifigures included as well. The General Grievous Combat Speeder is one that many talked about back in the day as well, as it was an incredibly inaccurate set that was insanely overpriced. To me it was quite cool though, and getting Mace Windu and Grievous in a $30 set wasn't too bad. For the most part though, I think this was a good year for LEGO Star Wars. Certainly not the best, but far from the worst, as many consider it one of the most boring or worst modern years of LEGO Star Wars, but of course I disagree. Now, let me know what you think about these sets down below, and then I will see you in the next one. God bless you, and cheers.